Hey y'all, I honestly cannot believe I am back. Okay, I do believe it. I had a ton of fun filming the last one, and I do want to give a quick thank you to everybody that watched. We are officially at 30 subscribers. 30, Mike. We got 30. That means we have like a classroom full of people that are here for my wild antics and my crazy behavior. And I just am grateful. I want to call it right now. Um, I joke around that I got a big tank, which means I eat hella food. Like, I love to eat. So if and when we make it to 100 subscribers, I will promise you guys that I will do a special where we're gonna have an Yvonne versus food type situation. I will eat 12 tacos. Yes, a dozen tacos. You heard that right, Mike. She's gonna watch me eat a dozen tacos. I will potentially drink some cut water, lime margaritas as I'm doing it, and then I don't know what the content will be. I'm just making a promise that you'll watch me be a pig on camera and eat 12 tacos. So, that is that. Um, how are y'all been? What's new and exciting? It's been a week since my last video. What have I done in the last week? So in the last week, I went to go see Wicked live. I saw it in San Francisco. Amazing show. This is my third time seeing the show. Um, I love Wicked. It was one of the things that kind of was the catalyst for me that told me that I want to be a performer someday. And I'm, I mean, I'm not in show business, but now for work, like part of my job description is I do put on presentations, which for me feels like I'm in like making shows. So it's a very fulfilling part of me. I love to entertain. So Wicked was the kind of driving force, that aha moment. Here's my cat food. The aha moment for me. So very big thing. I went with my goddaughter. Shout out to you if you see this. Love you. But okay, what else did I do? The thing that triggered this video, I went to my follow-up with my cardiologist. For those that are curious about what's going on with my health stuff, I mentioned in the last video that I had a couple of fainting episodes, neither of which they're able to really find the cause. So we put a little, it's called a Zeo patch. It's like a little, it was like a little round device that I had put on my, that they had put on my chest and taped it there. And it was monitoring my heart for 2 full weeks. And then they, based on, you know, if they, I was supposed to click a button if I started to feel anything. Unfortunately, I felt nothing. And of course, the cardiologist found nothing. My heart is perfectly happy and healthy. But the fact that I've fainted twice in the last 2 months, it's a little disconcerting, to say the least, because I mean, for me, not knowing that, you know, when or if it's going to happen again, it's pretty terrifying. But um, there were a couple options. One of the options was that they could actually put a metal implant like underneath the skin, like think us women, like the Implanon kind of birth control. They would do something kind of around that size and put it under my first layer of, or my first couple layers of skin, and it would monitor my heart for 5 years. And then it would just track if anything did happen, or we just kind of write it out. I had shared that I gave up caffeine because caffeine was the only thing I had reintroduced to my diet. Um, and we're like right before I had fainted the second time. So I cut it out, and my cardiologist just said as long as I keep, you know, maybe abstaining from the caffeine might be it. But if for whatever reason, even if I abstain from caffeine and I faint again, then I will go forward with the implant to monitor me for 5 years to see what's going on. But those of you that were actually curious, that is your health update. Much clearly did not care because she's grooming herself. But I got lights in. Does anybody care about the lights? Well, I moved my light from my vanity over here so that y'all could actually see me better. Um, So I bring up the cardiologist because yesterday when I was at my appointment, I was wearing an orange sweater with a big black dragon on it, and she opened the door and she came in and she looked at me and she went, "Fourth wing?" And I said, "Yeah, fourth wing." And then she goes, "What you think about book two?" And now keep in mind, like, I know that as us fellow bookies, I feel like we can be um, really passionate about how we feel about books. I mean, I have like visceral reactions if somebody insults like any of the books that I love. So I kind of I couldn't tell. Again, I'm not great at like social cues, so I couldn't tell if she was asking for me to like say, "Oh my god, I loved it," so that she could love it, and like I felt like I was being put to the test, so that was a little stressful. But I answered honestly because I'm an honest person. So I said, it was ass. Because it was. And we will talk about that later. But thank God my cardiologist agreed with me and she said, yes, thank you. It was not good. I'm like, I, what happened? What the hell happened? Because Fourth Wing, fire, fire. Book two, ass McGee. Ass McGee. I'm talking 2 point speed, 2.5 speed if you're an audiobook girly. And just I like that was the only way I could get through. And normally, like when I listen to audiobooks, I'm a 1.0 like standard speed or a 1.5. But if it's bad, two point speed because 2 times speed because I'm not a quitter. Okay, I'm deep in the trenches. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna listen to this damn book all the way through because I got this book for a reason, and I haven't DNF'd anything except Outlander book 5. We can talk about that. Maybe toward the end, I'll tell you what I'm listening to and reading. Um, and so we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about Outlander book 5 later because I have a bone to pick with Diana Gabaldon. See what I mean by passionate bookies? Okay, so today's Ratchet retelling is I'm not it's not gonna be that ratchet of a retelling when I talk about the first book, but we'll get into the debauchery when we're going into book two. But let's talk about Fourth Wing. So Fourth Wing is a people describe it as like Harry Potter meets Hunger Games type series. It is not for kids. There is smashing in here. Not a bunch of smashing, but like they're smashing. They get down to business. Um, and there's also lots of death. So if you're not into that, stay clear. But Fourth Wing is by the author Rebecca Yarros. I listened to it. It's not that fresh in my mind. I listened to it a couple months ago or a while ago. Um, I'm gonna say within the last like 3 months I listened to it. So Fourth Wing. Much. You paying attention? Hey, good girl, mama. All right. So Fourth Wing is about a young lady, and by young I mean 20. I think she's 20. A 20-year-old named Violet Sorengale, and Violet Sorengale is the daughter of a general, and she had a big brother who died. Um, and oh my god, I'm explaining this so ass. Rewind. Okay, so in this world, once somebody comes of age, turns 20, they have to go to this mythical college where you can go um like go and do certain careers because there's war going on, and it's pretty much military school, but it's Mando. Like everybody got to go to military school. So it's just you have to go to military school. You can either go to school to be like a scribe, or some other random careers. They don't talk about that kind of stuff. Hi, Bush. They don't talk about that kind of stuff. What other careers there are, but it's a scribe, and there's this other thing. Hi, hi, called being a dragon rider, and this is what Bruce is all about. That's why he's here. He's so no, sir. He's all about the dragon riders. So the dragon rider is as it sounds. They ride in them damn dragons. And the thing is, it's kind of like when you join a street gang. Once you sign up and you're part of the Dragon Riding Academy, it's blood in, blood out. So the only way out is if you graduate or you die. Or you graduate or you die. Bruce, if you can hear, he's purring right now. I don't know if you can hear him, but it's Love Bruce o'clock right now. This is my baby. Um, Hi, sir. Okay, so you graduate or you die in the process. And Violet's mom, Dragon Rider. Violet's big brother, Dragon Rider. Violet's big sister, Dragon Rider. Violet's dad, wimpy ass scribe, and he's dead, so we don't care about him. So, Dragon Riders. Violet over here, just like my pinky, she's the runt of the litter. She's tiny, she's frail, just like me, her bones ache every winter. And and she takes after her dad. She's like a nerdy little wimp. And she is supposed to be going to the scribe school. But Violet's mom is like, no, you ain't no bitch. I didn't raise you like that. You're going to dragon school. And the whole family is like, what? What? She can't be going to the dragon school. And the mom's like, I don't give a rat's ass. You're going to the dragon school. And a huevo, like, she signs Violet up to the dragon school. And Violet's like, well, screw this. Blood in, blood out. I'm in. Like, I can't let my mother down. This is what we're doing now. So she, the first task, it's they have to kind of cross this, in my mind, it's like the Great Wall of China, but it's like really thin. So it's like 1 foot width, like one actual literal human foot's width of wideness. And so she has to walk across, and it's a hella long strip, really elevated high up the ground. You either slip and fall to your death, or you make your way through and you make it into the actual campus, and that's the first test. So she meets a friend there, whatever, and there's lots of suspense, yada yada. There's a guy, there's this big ass bully behind her. We find out later his name is Jack, and he's literally pushing weaklings off the trapeze. They're all falling to their deaths, and Violet like makes it by the skin of her teeth, but she makes it. And then I believe she jumps and she pops something. You would think she's 75 years old. She pops something. And when she gets there, she runs into her childhood bestie. His name is Dane. And I guess he's a year older than her, and he's like freaking out. He's like, oh my God, I thought you were going to the scribe school. And she goes, yeah, like my mom, like, you know, my mom, right? And he's like, oh my God. So then he's kind of in it to like protect her. He's trying to get her to go to the scribe school to figure out how he can get her in there and get her out of this insane environment because it's not safe. And at the same time she's catching up with Dane, she meets this dude that is written to be the hottest guy alive. Tall, dark, handsome, supermodel handsome, tattoos, ripped, beautiful, tall. Again, I said tall. He is, in my mind, he's just beautiful. Okay, he's a beautiful bad boy. His name is Zayden. They He is so in this world there was a rebellion, and he is the child of one of the leaders of the rebel group. Oh my god, please correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody saw watched or watched, if any, I say watched because I vividly hallucinate these books, okay? But if anybody read or heard through audio book Fourth Wing, please correct me in the comments down below. But he is a child of the of the rebellion, and all the people that are like children of the rebels, they have like they're being tracked and shit. But anyway, he's a bad boy, okay, and he does not like Violet because her mom is a snitch. He just is like, I don't like your mom, so I hate you. And she's like, um, I guess you're the son of a rebel, so I hate you too. And that's just kind of the dynamic they have. But of course, this is an enemies to lovers type of book. So he is the hottest guy alive, and she's trying to resist the fact that he is the hottest guy alive. Um, I did not fight that at all very much. I said, this is what we're doing? Okay, fine. I'm into you. This is decaf Nescafe with sugar-free hazelnut creamer. So that's that. They start going to school. She starts going to school. She makes some friends. Dane's trying to take care of her. She keeps going through these tasks. She keeps pop locking and dropping. Her bones are popping and shit. They do sparring, and the sparring is like really intense. So her shoulder gets dislocated or something like that. And there comes a point in the book where Xaden hates her so much. Um, oh, okay, hold on. Rewind. So she's like, okay, I'm the runt of the litter. I may die here. So I need to I'm physically weaker. I'm smaller. I like compared to these other dragon riders, like in the sparring, like she's getting her ass whooped, y'all. And so she decides, like, you know what? I'm gonna be resourceful because she's doing really well in the school because she studied her whole life to be going to the scribe college. So she's really book smart. So she knows where it's at. So she's like nailing all the tests and stuff. But physically, when it comes to like sparring or any of the physical challenges, she sucks. And so she's like, okay, I need to figure out how the hell I'm gonna survive around here. So what does this trifling bitch do? She starts observing people. She starts finding out who she's gonna like fight against, which she finds out because she has a journal from her dead brother, and the dead brother's like, hey boo, this is what you do, like this is how you're gonna survive. So she's following the words of the dead brother in the book. Okay, so she decides, I'm gonna find out who I'm gonna spar against, and then I'm gonna poison them. I'm gonna poison them in their food, and then they're gonna be too weak to fight me, so then I can kick their ass. And she does it for a while. She's poisoning these bitches left and right. These people are dropping like flies. And I find that shit hilarious. She's giving them diarrhea. She's making them puke. You know, like, she's not poisoning them to, like, kill them, but she's poisoning them so that they shit their pants and can't fight. Smart girl. Xaden finds out. Okay? Xaden finds out. And he's like, ooh, I hate her so much. Ooh, I hate her so much. She can't even fight right. So what's he do? Because, of course, because he's the hottest guy there, he's also the best fighter. And he's also what they call a wing leader, which means, like, I guess he's, like, the head of the team, the house that they're in. They're in Fourth Wing, okay? That's why the book's called Fourth Wing. He's the head of the Fourth Wing, and he is like, all right, bet, you and me, we're sparring. And she's like, oh, okay. So then they spar, and he whips her ass and he tells her, I know you're poisoning these assholes. I know that they're being mean to you, but you know, whatever. You need to learn how to fight. And from that point forward, he and his cronies like start trying to like physically train her and stuff. Um, this point, they're just kind of training in order to get assigned a dragon, but you don't get like assigned a dragon. You have to go out on this like spiritual retreat, and the dragons have to pick you. And if the dragons don't pick you, then you're shit out of luck. You die. I'm kidding. You don't die. You get kicked out of the college and then you can come back the next year, I think is what I'm remembering in the book. But you very well may die because the dragons might decide you're a little bitch and they could just, yes, Bruce, I told you. I'm right. You know I'm right. Hey, please don't scratch the couch, sir. Please. Thank you. So, if they... Bruce, you keep making me lose my train of thought. You're angry that I'm not paying attention to you? No? Sir, come on, just lay down. Just lay down. Okay. So if the dragons decide you're a little bitch, they will just smoke you. Like they'll literally go and they'll kill you. So if you die, you die. Again, graduate or die. Those are the stakes. So I'm kind of skipping a lot of the action parts of the book because it's not really kind of, I mean, it's relevant, but it's not. So we're at the part now where she gets to pick her dragon. Side note, Xaden has like the baddest dragon. Like she's like giant and rude and, well, not rude. She's like giant and mighty, powerful, just big beast. Her name is Sigale. Okay. Right. So that matters. That matters. Okay. I swear it matters. So we finally get to the point where they're going to go on their little retreat and they're going to pick their dragon. Violet finds this little scrawny gold dragon, and there's these Jack and some other dude are kind of harassing this tiny dragon, and they're like, let's kill it because this shit's worthless. It's tiny. And she's like, oh no, they're gonna hurt the dragon. And so she, for some reason, even though she knows Jack's kind of out to kill her since he was trying to push her off the ledge when they were trying to get to campus for the first time, and he's been messing with her since, but she's like, oh my god. And she's like, hey, all right, don't mess with the dragon. And then they're like, oh, what are you gonna do? Want to fight about it? And she goes, no, but don't mess with the dragon. And so that kind of showdown happens, and then this big old black dragon just comes out of nowhere and goes, and he and the little gold dragon choose Violet, which you're only supposed to get one dragon, but they both choose her. So the big black dragon is named Taryn, and the little gold dragon is named Andarna. We in this household are big stans of Taryn and Andarna. Love them. Isn't that right, Bruce? Big fans. So she gets chosen by two dragons. And turns out Taryn happens to be the mate of Sigale, which means that now, and dragons, much like ducks, much like sexy fairies, mate for life. So, sir, I swear, I might have to evict you from my lap. Oh, you don't like that, huh? You stopped purring once I said that. Okay. So, they're mates. They mate for life, which means that Violet, Xaden, Sigale, and Taryn, and Andarna, they are all five of them are connected. And they can't be apart from each other. So, yeah. So, there's that. And then with the dragons, you get special gifts once you like link up, like not link up because that means something else. Once you like bond with the dragon, you get a fancy gift. They give you some magic. Stop judging me. I'm telling the story the best I can, Mike. She's always looking at me like I've done something. She's so judgmental. Okay, so they get a gift from their dragons. Uh, Zayden can. What can he do? I don't remember. Zayden can do some stuff because of Sigale. And we later, um, as they start getting their powers, um, Violet witnesses a student get marked by a professor because he ends up developing the ability to read minds. Um, and so that, I guess, is illegal in this world. So the professor just murked him right in front of the other students. And that was traumatizing. That also matters later on. So that's why I'm bringing it up. So she later develops the ability to, and Darna gives her the ability to pause time, and Taryn gives her the ability to wield lightning. Then we don't find out about the lightning thing till later. She doesn't know how to wield the lightning this for these whole two books. She grows more confident in herself. She gets really but Bruce, this is so hard, sir. I'm having such a hard time with you right now. Why are you biting me? I'm giving you my lap. I'm giving you my love. And you're acting a fool. Sir. You're a dang fool. Oh gosh, am I even gonna finish telling the story? This is gonna be a long ass video. Sorry guys. Okay, so she um so there's like this big old bad thing that happens. She ends up getting into this big old altercation with Jack the killer, and she, with her lightning powers, gets some boulders and he gets crushed by some rocks. So it's assumed he's dead. And then she has some guilt about him being dead. And then at some point, Zayden and Violet, um, their tension comes to a head and they make out and they smoosh. They smash. Yes, yes, yeah. They smash so hard that they break all of the furniture in Violet's room. Hey, I ain't got no complaints about that. The lightning power and his whatever other power was. What does he wield? Is it the shadows? Yes. Yes, he wields the shadows. So he knows the secrets. Oh my god. I'm sorry, it's been a minute since I read the book or listened to the book. Um so they screw, and then he's like, "Hey, this was great, but you can't fall in love with me. Like this can't go any further." And then for the rest of the book, she's just kind of like, I need you to love me. And she um, kind of works at it. And then finally she wears him down and he's like, okay, fine. I do love you. And so then they love each other. Um, they can talk to each other mind to mind. Is that something that happens in book one, or is that part of book two? Whatever. They can talk all. So Taryn, Sigale, Zayden, and Violet, they can all speak to each other telepathically, but nobody else can talk to them telepathically. It's just because their dragons are a mated pair, that they're all four. And Andarna's connected to them too, because Andarna is telepathically connected to Violet. So that happens. I'm skipping over a lot. There's this is it's kind of, there's spoilers here, but also not really. So if what I'm telling you sounds interesting, you can go ahead and give Fourth Wing a shot. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. There is a part at the end, so they're in love, right? And so then they go out, and she finds out that everything that she's been taught at the school is pretty much a lie, and that they're just being fed propaganda, and what they're fighting out there is stuff that they were told wasn't real. So there's this really evil sect of like magic people called Venin, and it's Venin are people that are so powerful that their magic corrupts them, and they turn evil and hungry for more power. So that's what makes them Venin. Their eyes are red. Um, so there's Venin out there, and there's these other people that they don't ride dragons. They ride griffins, and they are supposed to be like part of the rebels, so they're like a no-no. But she ends up finding out that Zayden and his group of little rebel kids have been smuggling weapons to the griffins, and they know the truth about the venom and stuff. And so then she, toward the end of the book, when there seemed to be like a fairly solid relationship, she's like, "You're a liar, and I don't love you anymore." And he's like, "But baby, we worked so hard to get to this point. What?" And she's like, "I don't love you anymore. I can't do this. You're a liar." And so that is pretty much where book one ends. I'm used to like books where they're not always together, and it's off and on, but I have to say, I don't know. Book two, I feel I feel like the author, well, not the author. I feel like Violet. Let's talk about the character like they're a person. Violet really lost the plot in book two. Like in book one, Violet shows a lot of like grit and tenacity to survive. Like she's a fighter. Like she's going for it. And in book two, we don't see that in Violet anymore. She is really insecure. She is bratty. She is just stupid. She's just so emotionally unintelligent in this book that it was infuriating to like have to listen to her internal monologue about her feeling like, I'm like, dude, he okay, now that you know the truth, he's doing what he's doing because he's trying to save the kingdom. Is it a kingdom? I don't remember. I don't care. Trying to save their land from the venom. So he's trying to do what he can to save people. And she's just can't get over the fact that he lied. Zayden is 3 years older than her, so he graduated the academy and he got assigned away. And she is still at the academy because she was a first year. Now she's a second year. Um, and she even so her dragons are mated. The school gets taken over by an if you've read or watched Harry Potter, y'all know Professor Umbridge. Yeah, there's a dude Umbridge, so we're just gonna call him Mr. Umbridge because I don't remember his name. But the school is now run by Mr. Umbridge, and Mr. Umbridge is an asshole, and he is like, I get that y'all's dragons are mated, but you yes, hi Chuck. Hi Chuck. Are you gonna Hi Chuck? Okay, bye Chuck. That's my ginger cat Chuck. So he's evil, and he makes it so that that Sigale and Terran, the dragons, have to be separated from each other because he's only allowing Violet to go to Zayden once a week, and he's only allowed, and then the military base where Zayden is outstationed, he can only come to see Violet once a week. And this Mr. Umbridge type fool, he keeps doing some some mean stuff so that Violet can't make it, or stuff keeps happening to Zayden so that he can't make it. And then poor Terran and Sigale are suffering because in this world, dragons that are mated, they have to see each other to do the do every like 2-3 days tops, or else they like can't, they just can't. Yeah, I okay, sidebar, I don't think I love anybody that much, so like I have to see them. like like it's like a need, like I it's but I'm also a very independent person, so I have a hard time grasping that. Anyway, beside the point. So Umbridge is torturing Violet and Zayden all the while. When that big reveal happened, Violet was with a whole bunch of other students, and now Umbridge, one by one, is hunting these fellow students down. So these students are dying in freak accidents or just disappearing, and Violet's like, oh my god. So she's spiraling because she knows what the truth of what's going on, and she wants to tell her friends that she's made at the school what's going on, and then um, they but she's just so mopey. Like, this is around the time where I like, and every time Zayden is like, can we talk about this? Like, I love you, I want to make this work, and she's like, I just can't get over the fact that you lied to me. And so he's over here like begging her to like forgive him, and she's like, you need to tell me everything. And he goes, I love you so much, I want you to be safe, because what I'm doing is not safe, and I don't want to put you into jeopardy, especially because you're still going to school and you're being heavily monitored, and yada yada. And she's just being so immature about this whole thing. She also finds out that her dead brother, not dead, he's cool with Zayden. They and Zayden is actually a prince in the lands outside of wherever the school's at. And I feel like, oh, this is all over the place, but it wouldn't be a Ratchet retelling if it wasn't all over the place. Um, so so they get to a point where, where did I leave off? I might need a coffee break. It's because I got this cat on my lap, and it's also my mind. I'm just so Zayden's actually stationed at the place where Violet's sister's at. Anyway, things come to a head because there's more as the years progress. Their military training is getting more and more severe. Um, Umbridge keeps trying to catch Violet in a lie, so he keeps like her backpack keeps getting dumped out, and she keeps getting put into random searches. Um, all the while, the plot of the book is that Violet is trying to come up with some wards to keep Zayden's kingdom safe from the Venom that are coming to attack eventually the school's territory and Zayden's kingdom. And that whole plot point wasn't very interesting. Um, and I just feel like the characters themselves just weren't very interesting throughout this whole arc. So stuff happens. The girl, so Violet ends up with her like class fourth wing. They go through this intensive like interrogation training where they're pretty much being tortured by Umbridge, and it's supposed to be like it's like their final where they're supposed to be like if they don't break then they win or whatever, if they break out then they win. So they break out. At some point, does Violet get yeah Violet gets taken back by Umbridge by herself, and he starts really torturing her, like, what do you know, why are you like, what are you doing, this and that. So eventually this all comes to a head. They have enough. um there's attacks happening. The Venom and the Griffins are some Griffins are attacking. um Shit goes down. They and see, can you tell I didn't pay attention to book two that much? I really just had it. I had it with Violet's attitude in this book. But anyway, they go they you would think I had something to drink with how much my mind is wandering. But I swear that's just coffee in there. Okay. So they go um the things come okay, what am I saying? Things come to a head. There's this big ass fight, and then they decide, you know what, screw this. And her and a bunch of other classmates, they like drop out of the school and they fly away to Zayden's kingdom, and they call it Ryerson House, and they continue their schooling over there. Um, and also, you know what's really annoying? The ex-girlfriend trope. Like, okay, so Zayden and Violet are starting to kind of work things out, and then guess what? There's a bitch there that's his fucking ex-girlfriend. Sorry for the swearing. It's so annoying. This plot point really infuriates me, like to no end. Like I hate the ex-girlfriend trope in any book. Authors, please stop. Stop bringing in ex-girlfriends to make the protagonist insecure. It is one of the laziest devices to build tension. I would much rather you pull in the his family hates her trope versus you bringing in the stupid ex-girlfriend. Okay? So there's this stupid ex-girlfriend trope is happening here. He is not into the ex-girlfriend. The ex-girlfriend's clearly trying to get back into Zayden's pants, and Violet's going in the corner being really annoying and constantly just on him about this stupid ex-girlfriend that he clearly is over because exes are an ex for a reason, and she's just not herself. Like in book 1, I feel like the Violet there would not have been harping on the ex-girlfriend. Like Violet in book 1 probably would have figured out what the bitch is allergic to and would have poisoned her ass and given her diarrhea for 3 days. That is like, but she's just sitting there like being so dumb and just crying about everything. I get that like the venom attacked them at the end of book 1, and that's how she figured out like that the venom exists and all of this and yada yada, but like at some point you just have to accept. Like, can we not just like accept and move on? Can we not? But apparently Violet Sorengale cannot. Um and yeah. So that it's just really dumb. And then I'm gonna kind of cut this out because I could rant about how angry I am that book 2 sucked so bad. Like I didn't even pay attention. Again, this is um this is a really shitty retelling, you guys. I promise I'll do better. I promise. Maybe the next one I'll give a like not a Ratchet retelling, but a retelling of a book I really like, a book I really enjoyed. But so anyway, let's fast forward. Toward the end, there's a big ass fight. Um oh, Jack is revealed to he did not die. Um he actually turned venom in the moment that Violet did that shit with the lightning and crushed him with the rocks. They were able to save him, but when they saved, what, well, they being like the healers and the doctors at the school were able to fix him, but when he woke up, he was venom. And so they're like, "Oh, Jack's venom." So lo and behold, guess what? Guess what? So Violet and Zayden make amends. They're smashing all the time, like this. They're smashing. They're happy. They're in love. Um, After the whole ex-girlfriend shit that happens. God, the ex-girlfriend is so. Ooh, ooh. I'm getting mad all over again. I'm getting mad all over again. I don't even remember the bitch's name. Okay. The ending of the book is the fight is over. This big fight is over. And it's revealed that Zayden is venom. Bum bum bum. Zayden is a bad guy. I feel like book 3 is probably gonna come up with a tragic ending. And truth be told, let that tragic ending happen, because it's giving like their relationship. If you're into like romantasy books, their relationship is giving like A Court of Thorns and Roses, like Feyre and Tamlin, where they clearly have like nothing really in common, and the only thing that they're good at is sex. Like that, like that's the only thing they're only physically compatible. There is no compatibility outside of the bedroom. And that is what is going on with Violet and Zayden. There is a really steamy scene in book 2 that involves a shower. and is good. But like I said, outside of them linking up, they're so they're not good for each other. So yeah, Rebecca Yarros, break them up. Break them up forever. Kill Violet. But again, like, don't kill the villain. The villain's hot. Like, don't, like, Zayden being the villain, don't kill him off. He's hot. Like, if you're gonna screw around, like, I know she wouldn't do that, but I'm sure either Zayden's gonna die or Zayden's just gonna become, like, super evil, or I don't know, maybe something really mushy is gonna happen and then she's gonna heal Zayden through the power of love. But at this point, do I want to embark on book three when that comes out? Probably not. Unless, like, I see some spoilers and the plot seems like it's worth it. But just the way that Violet devolved in book two really made me not care. So, as you can see by how much my retelling fell apart in the second half. But anyway, I guess that is my Ratchet retelling of this book. But so let me kind of segue into what I am currently listening to. March fell asleep. March, girl. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, girl. Well, March fell asleep. Um, but let's talk about what I am currently enjoying right now. Let's talk about music. The Rain City Drive just dropped an album. I am quite like I wouldn't say like I'm a diehard fan, but I was a fan of the band back when it was called Slaves with Johnny Craig. And Johnny Craig, for those of you that don't know, is in he is a singer in the rock scene who has the voice of an angel, but he's fighting some demons. Like, he's fighting some demons in his life, to the point where he has left a trail of bands behind because of all of the issues that he has gone through in his life. And so these bands, they have all either since gone kaput or they have gotten new singers to try to move forward. So Slaves did the latter. They got a new singer and they actually changed their name to Rain City Drive, which good for them, because Slaves is a really it's not a good name. And I'm not going to walk around going, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Slaves. Like, I'm not going to do that. So thank you for renaming yourselves Rain City Drive. They have been doing some really interesting things. I really enjoyed their album from 2022. And they just released an album this week that I am listening to. Let me know if you all are curious to hear my thoughts about the album. I'm happy to talk about music. That is another very big special interest of mine. Music, movies, books, like anything media is my like big special interest. So I'm happy to talk about that if you want. So let's move over to audiobooks. I am currently listening to this book called A Lady of Shadow. That one's pretty good. I'm so far sexy fairies. Where are we at? Sexy fairies. I'm into it. I like the fairy that we are meeting right now. His name is Soren. He's pretty cool. I'm curious to see how this story goes because it is so, I mean, there's a lot of like mystery going on. I'm over halfway through the book. I'm barely getting answers. It's pretty good. It's like a 5-book series. Curious to see where it goes. I actually want to continue because the protagonist she is a trained assassin. It's like I love it. I love a strong female protagonist. And that's what I thought we had with Violet. Okay? That's what I thought we had. We had her in book 1. She was freaking poisoning people. Like, she was a badass. And she was like doing things, like she was getting down and dirty. She didn't give a crap if her bones broke. And then in book 2, she's just crying all the time. Anyway, we're done talking about Violet. We're talking about strong female protagonists. So I'm really enjoying Lady of Shadow. Speaking of strong, what was that? one of my cats. Speaking of strong female protagonists, another book that I am listening to. Um, this one, I'm big into. I haven't seen the show, but I'm big into Outlander. So I have listened to books 1 through 4. Loved the journey. I am listening to The Fiery Cross right now, and guys, there is I am having such a hard time finishing book 5, but I feel like I need to cuz like I said, I'm not a quitter. Like I'm already 5, like I'm 4 books in. I need to follow through on the journey because I love Jamie and Claire so much that I would follow them to the ends of the earth. But I cannot stand the pacing of book 5. Like nothing is happening. And I'm losing it because this book is there's not enough Fergus in the book, okay? Fergus is like my favorite character from books 1 through 4. I love Fergus. Where the hell is Fergus? Can we talk? Like, where is he? Does he come back? I, I'm I'm gonna finish it. I have 7 hours left of that 56-hour listen. Um, so maybe I'll check back in. But that is another book I am listening to. A book I am reading is okay. The book series, it starts with A Shadow in the Ember. I am currently reading book 4, and I don't even know what it's called. I'm so sorry, but it's by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And Bruce, why are you crying? I get it. I get it. I'm unprepared. I work full time. I don't have time. I'm barely like just sitting here and talking, Bruce. Okay? I'm doing my best here. I'm a 30-year-old teenager. Just let me, okay? Thank you. Thank you guys. My cats. My cats are my biggest bullies aside from my entire family. Okay. So, this book series, A Shadow in the Ember. Y'all, y'all get up in this. It's so good. It is so good. Like strong female protagonist, morally gray male love interest. Like he will kill anybody. He does not give a crap. We have to stand. He is Nyktos and Serafina are a really well done couple. Like really well done. Like now we're talking about let's talk some more smack. Like the way that Zayden and Violet are only compatible in the bedroom and have nothing else. Like Nyktos and Serafina are truly well written couple. Like they talk to each other. She has very severe anxiety. He is so supportive and talks her through everything. He walks through like telling her how to breathe. He is tucking curls behind her ear and telling her she's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. He is he is bringing her warm food even when she says she's not hungry. He is like their relationship is just so beautiful. And this book, the villain is truly a villain. Like I'm scared of his ass. Like Colas is terrifying. Absolutely. This is art. Okay? This is art. This and Jennifer L. Armentrout and Sarah J. Maas, they are creating art, you guys. Like this rave reviews. Something that is in line after I'm done kind of with what I'm listening to / reading. I do have Ice Planet Barbarians, the second book, waiting in my Libby account to listen to. Other than that, really open to any recommendations that you all may have for me. Um, I just kind of tacked this segment on at the end. Let me know if y'all are interested in like every time I make a video for me to share what I'm listening to, what I'm music and book, what I'm reading. Happy to do that. If there's anything you want me to watch and watch and give a retelling of, doesn't have to be a book. Comment. Let me know. If you had fun, if y'all stuck around this long, thank you. Um, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. Okay, I'm trying to get my classroom to turn into like a small hall. You know, again, if I get 100 subs, I'm eating 12 tacos in one sitting, and y'all can be there and watch the whole thing. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Much appreciate. Thank you for hanging out in my chaos. I will see you. Oh, that was a burp. I will see y'all next time because there will be a next time, I promise. All right? Deuces.